That is awesome. And if you don't know what that is classic Runescape 2007 music. I'm gonna lower that because it's pretty loud, but that is really awesome music. So I'm gonna be having some old music in the background while we play RuneScape today. Yeah, taking a look at our adventure to 1000 total on Little Dan Defense. So today they actually came out with the 2007 servers for members, unfortunately, so I won't be playing on it unless they get to 750,000 votes, which I highly doubt they're going to. But let's see what is going on this week, or what has been going on in this last 2 weeks. So unfortunately last week I wasn't able to come up with a video because I was sick. I had no voice to talk, so with the crafting video I had to wait until this week. But here we are. Here is the video. So what progress have I made in the last 2 weeks? I've gotten a woodcutting level. Got to level 98 woodcutting, so that's another level 98 down. And I've also gotten a mining level, so I'm level 95 mining now. So now I'm only 16 levels from 1000 total, and getting closer and closer to maxing out free to play. So today we're going to be continuing with the crafting video, part 2. We're going to be looking at a couple of non-traditional, quote-unquote, methods of crafting, ranging from urn making, leather crafting, and taking a look at a couple of new things that came out along with the evolution of combat, including making spider silk stuff, taking a look at the XP rates from that, and also the new hard leather shield, I believe that's what it's called. So those are the couple new things we're going to take a look at. So first thing we're going to take a look at, we're going to start with the leather stuff. So I'll see you in just 1 second. Alright, so here we are at Alcarid Bank. The first thing we're going to be taking a look at, like I said, is going to be leather crafting. So the classic leather item that most people craft are hard leather bodies. Now, we are going to talk about more hard leather items that have come out with Evolution of Combat. Actually, just one. But we're going to first take a look at hard leather bodies, which is actually an outdated method. There are better XP rates now with less loss. So, just doing this really quick. So hard leather bodies are 35 XP each. You can make around 1830 per hour. And it looks like I got a spin on the wheel. So that gives you around 64k XP per hour. Now a big important thing though is hard leather body is a lot of loss. You lose about 479,000 per hour making hard leather bodies. Of course, you can make this less by getting the cowhides yourself and tanning them. And if you don't know how to do that, it is 2 buildings north of here, or sorry, 3 buildings north of here. There's Ellis, and he has a tanning workshop there. You can tan regular cowhides and turn them into hard leather for 3 GB each. Or you can also do that in the crafting guild if you have access. That requires level 40 crafting to get into there, and a brown apron. So those are the 2 places you can turn regular cowhides into hard leather. Now, so if you make your own hard leather, that will save you a good amount of money. That will reduce the cost of making hard leather bodies down to around 330,000 per hour. And just remember, these are based on current market prices, so who knows in the future, hard leather bodies might go shooting up out the ceiling in prices. So like always, check prices first. And just a reminder, just like I said last week, I do have a crafting spreadsheet with all this information on here that I'm talking about in the video. So be sure to take a look at that. Check what the current loss is on each item. But yeah, that's pretty much it for hard leather bodies. And I'm going to cut and be right back as we take a look at some new items from the Evolution of Combat. Okay, so now let's take a look at some post-Evolution of Combat items that came out. There's 3 types of items that we're going to take a look at. The first one is going to be the hard leather shield. So this is a ranging shield, shield for ranging. And so it requires level 29 crafting to make. It requires 1 leather each. They give 36 XP each, so it's 1 more XP than regular hard leather bodies, which most people make. and they out for 95 each. Because honestly, making them, selling them on the Grand Exchange is really not worth it. It sells for almost nothing. So from this, you're gonna get about 65k XP per hour, and at current market price loss, that's about 500k per hour, which is kind of ridiculous. That's a pretty large loss. So if you're gonna make this, go for it. It's probably one of the fastest XPs you're gonna get besides cutting gems, like we talked about last week. But it's pretty fast XP. It's comparable to cutting gems. It's not comparable to cutting gems, but it's a lot less loss than cutting gems as well. So it's one of the fastest. It's comparable for the amount of loss you're losing per hour. However, this is also better than making hard leather bodies. So pretty much there's no reason to make hard leather bodies anymore. Even though hard leather bodies do sell better than hard leather shields do in the Grand Exchange. Also remember, you can get your own cow hides and tan them, although that does take time. So if you're willing to do that, you can save a little bit of money. It actually goes down to about 350k per hour loss instead of 500k loss per hour. So this is one of the things you can use. You can be crafting now. So the other two items we're going to take a look at, two sets of items. One is spider silk, and the other is imp hide. These are both magic related items that you can make, and you can craft these as well using thread and a needle, which you automatically have in your tool belt. Alright, so I'm going to finish this inventory off. I'm going to start with spider silk. So spider silk is the higher level of the two. Spider silk currently in a Grand Exchange is around 350 each. The price varies a little bit. Spider silk, the first of the items that you can make with spider silk is the spider silk top. They require 3 spider silk each. It requires level 24 crafting to make. They give 37.5 XP each. So that comes to around 60k XP per hour. And if you sell them on the Grand Exchange right now, it's a little lost, but it's actually not a lot. And they also out for 800 each. So be sure to compare the two of them, both the outkick price and the Grand Exchange price, to see which one you're going to be losing or gaining more on. Previously, spider silk tops were actually profit instead of loss. And 60k XP per hour is pretty fast. So it's an appropriate loss for the amount of XP per hour you gain from it. The other things you can also make right now, your spider silk bottoms. Spider silk bottoms require 2 spider silk each, and they come to around 43k XP per hour. They give 25 XP each, so it's 43k XP per hour. The bottom outs for 600 each, but however, right now it actually sells for more on the Grand Exchange, so you will actually profit making spider silk bottoms if you can sell them at middle price. You can also make one silk items, such as the gloves or boots. However, I do suggest making boots over gloves because they out for more. Both of them are lost if you sell them on the Grand Exchange right now. And so boots require level 21, and they give you 12.5 XP each, which comes to 23k XP per hour. And the boots out for 200 each. So the second category is imp hide. Imp hide is actually lower level than spider silk. It requires level 10 magic to wear, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And also a lot lower crafting requirements as well. The interesting part about imp hide, not spider silk, is that there is something called the imp hide shield. Now, as far as I know, the spider silk does not have these. The imp hide shield is a maging shield. It requires 4 imp hide each. So this actually gives 40 XP for each one made, and it only requires level 17 to make. So they're 40 XP each. That comes to 62 XP per hour, which is pretty ridiculous. That's quite a nice chunk of XP. However, it is really large loss. I don't know why, but imp hide actually is very expensive. I don't have an explanation, but it just is. The other items you can make with imp hide, you can either make the imp hide top or the imp hide book. They both require 3 imp hide each. The Impied Robe requires level 14, and the Impied Book requires level 15. They both give 30 XP each. The top sells for more on the Grand Exchange, so if you don't have the levels to alch, and because the alching system is currently broken, the assisting system, not alching system, skills actually can't alch right now. So I suggest you make tops if you're planning on selling them, but if you're planning on alching them, make the book, because they alch for more. They alch for 300 each. You also have the Impied top and Impied bottom, not top, I just talked about that. The Impied bottom, which requires 2 Impied, or the hat, which also requires 2 Impied. They give 20 XP each, and they both sell for about the same amount on the Grand Exchange, so you can make either or. That gives you 22k XP per hour. And then lastly, just like Spider Silk, we can also make one-hide items, such as the boots or gloves. They require level 10 or level 11 to make. They give 10 XP each, and that comes to 12k XP per hour. So that's it for the post-evolution of combat items that they gave us. And I will be back in 1 second with you in Varrock East Bank to take a look at some clay crafting, which is the next thing that we're going to be taking a look at. Okay, I'll catch you back in just 1 second. Okay, so we're back in Varrock East Bank right now, and we're going to be taking a look a little bit at clay crafting. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is making bowls. Bowls require just one clay each, one soft clay each. You can make soft clay by using regular clay on water, and it will make soft clay. So bowls require level 8 crafting. You really don't need to make anything lower than that, such as the pie dish or the pot, because it only requires level 8 crafting. If you don't have the level, just do a few inventories of anything leather, make the lower level stuff, and you'll be up to bowls in no time. Bowls give you a total of 33 XP each. So that's with crafting it like I am right now and heating it in the pottery oven. So it gives a total of 33 XP each. So this comes to around 19k XP per hour. You can make close to 600 per hour. The amount that you lose or gain on making bowl cuts about even. The current amount that it's worth is you lose about 26k per hour if you bought the soft clay. If you bought regular clay and you turn them into soft clay, you're actually going to be making a profit off of it, a very small profit, about 3,000 per hour, but it's a profit nonetheless while gaining XP. Now, are you ready to make some money? Urn making is probably one of the best ways to make money right now with crafting, and it doesn't even require a very high level. The lowest level urn would be the mining urn, I believe. It requires level 32 crafting to make, up to level 41 with the woodcutting urn. The prices for the urns do range. Currently, mining urns, for example, are close to 500 each, and the cost of the clay is only soft clay currently is only 141 each. Urns require 2 clay per inventory per urn, so that comes to a cost of 282 per urn, and you can sell close to 500 each, so you're profiting around 250 per urn. And I mean, you just need to check the price on the Grand Exchange, see which urn is the best profit right now, and go ahead and make those. So once I finish this inventory of bowls, we're gonna get on urns. I'm gonna talk about some of the XP rates with that. So just really quick, I'm actually at the Varrock East Bank because this location right here is the closest clay crafting location to a bank. This is right next to Aubrey's, the Master Rune Crafter's house. There's a pottery wheel in there and a pottery oven, so you don't need to worry about running all over the place. Okay, so the first urn we're going to take a look at is the Accursed Urn, actually. The Accursed Urn gives 62.5 XP per made. And so that comes to around 30,000 XP per hour. So this XP rate is actually comparable to the XP of jewelry crafting, which is the most common method. So you can actually see here that the screen here for making urns is really not friendly. Every single time you open it, you have to go to the correct tab in order to get to the urn that you're trying to make. So just make sure you do that. After a cursed urn, you will have mining urns. Those give 68 total XP when you make them on Potter's Wheel and heat them up. So that gives you around 32.6 XP per hour. Next, you have the smelting urn, which gives you 70 XP each. So that comes to 33.6 XP per hour. Cooking urns are 71.5 XP each, so that gives you 34.3 XP per hour. And then you have fishing urns, which give you 77.5 XP each, and that's 37.2 XP per hour. And lastly, we have the woodcutting urn. Unfortunately, the woodcutting urn, because it's the highest level urn out of all of them, is also the most commonly made one, and as a result, is actually not a profit, at least right now. It could change, I never know. But woodcutting urns are 80 XP each, so that comes to 38.4 XP per hour. Okay, so that's it for this episode of RuneScape. We finished off the crafting methods, the different things that we've done, ranging from gem crafting, making different types of jewelry, to cutting gems, some little side quest things from last week, and also we did evolution of combat items this week, along with leather and also clay. So remember, all these things are in the spreadsheet that I made. It has all the profits, losses, everything, and it automatically updates as the Grand Exchange updates. So be sure to take a look at that. I'm going to link that in the description below. And don't forget, you have until the 25th to get more Valentine's hearts. You can unlock emoticons. Emoticons? Is that how you call it? Emotes? The 2 emotes from that, on free to play at least. If you're a member, you have other stuff you can unlock, which I don't really know about. So if you haven't gotten those, be sure to take advantage of that. Either sell your hearts, because they're worth quite a bit, actually. I think they're worth still around 700, 800 each right now. I might be wrong. And you can only sell them via trade, so you have to go to World 3 to go sell them. But hey, it's a nice amount of money. I've made a decent amount off of it myself. Also, just a fun fact of the week. If you haven't done so already, try using your Dungeoneering ring on a fire, both outside of Daemonheim and also in Daemonheim. You'll get an interesting message. It's an Easter egg. So be sure to like the video, press the button below, and comment if you have any suggestions, comments, questions, anything of that sort, and subscribe to the channel. I'm also going to be coming out with the new FTL video for this week. I also have some ideas for other videos that I want to try to do. And be sure to check out the live stream of the FTL that I have posted from last week. Not last week, 2 weeks ago actually. I was sick last week, forgot about that. That was a fun time that we had with a couple of the viewers. There was 10 people actually, which I was actually quite surprised at. That's a nice amount for me. But yeah, that's it for this week. So I will catch you next time.